Hartford, Connecticut, home to our state government, home to a rich heritage, home to awe-inspiring beauty at nearly every turn, home to endless cultural experiences, and home to the region's robust financial district. In the midst of this abundant life in Greater Hartford, there are real people facing real needs every day, including men from all walks of life seeking to rebuild their lives following poverty, homelessness, addiction, and incarceration. The Open Hearth has been transforming the lives of hundreds of men annually and tens of thousands throughout its 125-year history as the premier provider of shelter and recovery counseling for men in need. The Open Hearth is focused on helping men help themselves, knowing that if we can touch their lives, we can impact their families as well.
I can only say that I'm very, very proud to be the executive director of the Open Hearth, an institution in the city of Hartford for 125 years. And the motto of this organization is men helping themselves. We are dedicated to restoring lives of the people that live in the city, those that find themselves in a hard time, homeless situations, and want to take advantage of transitional living. Come to the Open Hearth because of its history and its reputation of being a fine institution.
When I first came to the Open Hearth, it was a program really that was developing a recovery program where the majority of men coming into the Open Hearth had a substance abuse problem, either alcoholic or drug addiction, and they were recovering from that, and they were looking for a place to recover. They were homeless basically because of the addiction.
The Open Hearth is a big part of the city of Hartford. To think that it's now 125 years old. We were founded in the time frame of the Salvation Army and the Red Cross, the Bowery in New York, when men were coming in from the rural areas into the city and being victims of problems that the city had at those times and still has today.
The common denominator among men who come here for help is a need for stability. There aren't a lot of agencies that serve our population. They're just guys who need a break. And in the pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of climate that our country is in currently, it doesn't do much for folks that don't have boots, you know, and that's what the Hearth does. We bring people those basic necessities, and with those necessities comes the self-respect and integrity that every human deserves.
Well, over the years I have seen quite a few men come through. At the beginning they're broken, they don't have much confidence, and then I see over time the confidence come back, they start to thrive, they start to feel better about themselves, they go out into the community, they find a job.
Upon transitioning from the Department of Corrections floor to the Transitional Living Program, my expectations were fairly low, but we've actually surpassed a lot of those. I was able to go to work and come back and forth as I needed to, and it provided housing and food and support.
I was living in abandoned buildings before, homeless, jumping from friends' houses to friends' houses. And I heard about the program, how it helped a lot of men in the past, and I came and looked into it, walked into the shelter, applied to the TLP, and I've been here for ever since.
After 9 years of being incarcerated, you know, you pretty much find that you have a lot of dead time. A lot of good people here, a lot of friendly people. I felt like I was in a home. You know, I didn't feel like I was in prison anymore. I mean, you know, the food was excellent. You know, I mean, I used to like coming down in the morning and, you know, setting everything up, and, you know, it was really good. It worked for me.
The thing that I really appreciated about the Open Hearth was they told me all the time when I was in Department of Corrections, on your first night home, make sure you make it to a meeting. And I came out on a Monday, and the Open Hearth has been hosting a Monday night Narcotics Anonymous meeting here for years and years. And that was available to me my first night out. So I felt like I was doing the right thing the second I came out the door. which is really beneficial for me in every asset of my life, because if I can't stay clean, I can't do anything.
The Open Hearth means a place for me to accomplish my goals in a safe environment where I could do what I have to do it in a sober way, a clean, sober environment.
The Open Hearth has operated a successful multi-acre woodyard in Hartford for more than 80 years.
It's part of a work therapy program for TLP clients and DOC clients. It establishes them getting up in the morning, being ready for work. We roughly go through 1,800 to 2,200 cords a year. As of last year, we took a total, we had an average of 3,200 customers. I was incarcerated for 2.5 years and ended up at the Open Hearth. And I spent 7 months out in the woodyard, and I did all I could to help out, and I did a lot of maintenance during that time period and calculations of wood and inventory, and it turned into something good, and now I became the director of operations out here.
To think that the Open Hearth is still here, and so many entities that were in Hartford in 1884, private and public, have long gone or been merged, and the Open Hearth quietly keeps going on doing its work is quite a story. And it's just, as I mentioned, Mark Twain spoke here in 1890, and we were first in the central part of Hartford, and we've been in the area of the Colts building for now since about the 1920s.
So we're a great partner with the state of Connecticut, the city of Hartford, and we're known, we're loved, and we're used and known as a user-friendly facility that helps bring men back to fruition of healthy, happy lives.